I find it quite extraordinary to see our beautiful world beginning to come back to life again and to open up again. And yeah, it feels like it's been an extraordinary couple of weeks in just seeing, people being able to travel again. I have friends, obviously my background worked with a cruise line for 20 years. And just in recent weeks, seeing a lot of my circle of friends going back to work after, a year and a half. What a tough time it's been for them. But to see our world opening up again here in Grand Cayman, it was just announced just a few days ago that we're going to be reopening our borders here a little less than a month's time, November 20th. And our borders have been closed since March last year. We've been in our bubble, keeping safe, and yeah, it's quite extraordinary. Really is. That freedom of travel was kind of taken away from us all for quite a while, right? And it's interesting because one of the big draws for me, one of the things that attracted me most about the online space and learning how to market online, it was the freedom, the longer term freedom that it was going to give me to travel. And I found in my life that I'm happiest when I'm traveling. Pretty happy guy, but there's this little extra spark comes to me when I'm traveling. It's the adventure, especially new places, the unknown. That's what led me to work on ships for 20 years and, lived in Hawaii for 2 years, lived in Italy for a year and moved down to Grand Cayman in 2017. That was with a sense of adventure. That's what brought me to those places, and I was willing to take a chance on something that I thought would be magical, and it was. So, I've been putting all this work in the last little over a year now in building up my online business, and it's been going amazingly well. But one thing I have not gotten to experience about it yet is the travel freedom to travel that it's gonna bring us. And whereas typically, depending on where you live in the world, you probably get 3 or 4 weeks vacation a year, and you're working the other 48 weeks, working hard, right? It's not that I don't work hard, I just work differently. But to now be in a position where I can take my work anywhere in the world, it's quite unique, right? I'm not tied to that traditional arrangement, for want of a better word. Once I have my laptop and a Wi-Fi connection, I can work from anywhere. So much so that my previous company, Royal Caribbean, that I worked with for 20 years, the cruise lines, they announced just last week that they announced a world tour. Get this, 274-day cruise, 7 continents, all over the world in 2023. And it was interesting because I was on Facebook chatting with friends saying, that's impossible. Who would want to do that? And I'm like, don't be too sure. I could totally see myself, not for a full year, but I could totally see the appeal to that, seeing all those places, and that's the reality of what I'm shooting for in the next couple of years, to be able to just base myself wherever. Our long-term goal is to obviously spend time here, but we also love Hawaii and Ireland and Peru, our home countries. So we want to get to a point where we just split a year traveling between those places, and why not? Who's to say you cannot do it? My business will run anywhere. It doesn't matter what country, what time of day it is. It doesn't matter. And that's something completely foreign to how we were raised. And I don't know how better else to explain it, that if you can relate to wanting more time freedom, wanting to take more control of your life and to do things differently. Maybe you're, fast forwarding a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and you don't like what that looks like. That was me. I was staring down the barrel at 50 years of age. I did not like what I saw and what was coming. it didn't appeal to me, because all of a sudden I was going to be at a point where there were still so many things I wanted to do, but I was going to be too old to do them. And I found a solution to that. And while I understand that it's not for everybody, but I also am a product of it, that if you commit to putting in the work and learning, there's no reason it can't be for you as well. Simple as that. So I wish I could just put what I've put together in a bottle, like a genie in a bottle, and just hand it to everybody, but it doesn't work like that. Each person has to get to that point of deciding, first of all, if they're happy. If they are, great. They don't want to make changes. But if you're not, are they willing to put in the work and effort and time and investment to step into this space to learn something new? And I'm pretty sure if you're looking for any type of change in your life, I'm very confident you would find it when you get to a point of marketing online, because it ticks so many boxes. You know, working from home, not having to deal with the daily commute in an office environment that you don't like anymore, having to work weekends, being constantly tied to your work phone and computer, that even when you go home you're still connected with it, having those 3 or 4 weeks vacation a year. I just got to the point, I said, that's not enough anymore. I deserve to have more time, freedom, while living the same kind of lifestyle. And this does bring you the financial freedom as well, which of course is important. So anyway, yeah, I wish you could just kind of see it from my side, but you know, and it's not even my job, but this is me just explaining to you the reality of what I've managed to put together in a year by stepping into something that was scary, stepping into something that I'd no assurances of the outcome. In fact, it had a reputation that was not good. I needed to find that out for myself. So maybe you can relate to this, maybe you can't. If you can, any comments, you know, please do drop them below. If you're watching this on YouTube, do connect with me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you feel that you're connecting with some or all I'm saying here, listen to that. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. I can help you. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this. As always, I look forward to sharing very soon another video. Until then, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day and week ahead. Take care.